Ben Shapiro has come up with a reason to oppose LGBTQ marriage rights that do not make any reference to religious basis. Now, Ben Shapiro is not a huge religious individual. He's not, I don't know that he's publicly known as a religious individual. So he kind of gets a little bit frustrated that being opposed to same sex marriage is a religiously, specifically Christian identified issue. So he came out with basically saying, no, we have in nature enough evidence to say why this is not realistic. The argument for marriage has literally nothing to do with marriage. You could be a visitor from Mars and you could see that all of human procreation relies on man, woman, child. Now, that's a very interesting conversation just around the framing of man, woman, and child when we're talking about procreation, but I digress. This is not particularly difficult stuff. By essentially boxing in the argument in favor of traditional marriage into, well, if you're a crazy religious believer, maybe we'll let you have that. So his argument is that if a Martian showed up on Earth, they could give adequate argument to say that same-sex marriage is not natural nor realistic. The interesting side note on this is marriage and procreation are two separate concepts. Marriage and procreation actually have very little to do with each other. One is an institution, the other is a biological drive. It is a biological reality, while the other is a culturally recognized institution. It's a relationship. Marriages do not require procreation, and procreation does not require marriage. So Ben Shapiro and his happy little Martians can go around looking at all of the world, and eventually they will hopefully find out that the birds and the bees don't have to get married. All they need to do is do what birds do and do what bees do. But I guess Ben Shapiro would rather do it with a Martian.